Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new here, my name is Megan Corinne, and if you are not, welcome back. I am your emotionally intelligent bestie, and I am here to drop some gems with you today. So, normally I am talking about what to look for when you're already in a relationship with an avoidant or how to get over a relationship with an avoidant. But today I want to talk about how to know that they are avoidant before you even swipe right. So I say swipe right because many people are doing dating online now. But what I really mean is just how to know that they are avoidant before you even get involved, or I should say, before you get too deep. So I'm not about to waste y'all's time or my time. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So, the very first thing that you can look for on a dating profile is look at those questions. So on Bumble, they ask a number of questions. They ask like your religion, politics, do you have children? Do you want children? Your height, your star sign. They ask a number of things. It is your goal to learn every single question that they ask. Because when you are swiping right, if you notice that a person has decided not to answer any of those questions, then there is a question that you need to be asking them. Bumble or any other dating app, they ask these specific questions because they know that when it comes to dating and relationships, that these questions hold the most weight. Those questions are built upon compatibility. So when someone doesn't answer the question, then there's probably some shame or a complicated order behind the question that you need to be asking. I know most of the questions that typically go unanswered is political affiliation or if they smoke weed. Now, for men, I see a lot of times that the height is not answered. So maybe they might be a short king, which is, we don't mind, but they know that normally they aren't the most popular on the dating apps. So sometimes they will avoid the question altogether. So if you are on a dating app and you notice within those eight questions that some of them are not answered, those are the questions you need to be asking. Next on my list of things to look out for before you swipe right is a man that mentions very masculine or very macho, or a woman that mentions being very feminine. Listen, within ourselves, every single person, we have masculine and feminine energy. You're not trying to find someone who is leaning too far into either of the energies. You want someone who has successfully learned how to balance both of the energies within themselves. Now, for feminine, this may not be as big of a problem because women do like to feel like they're basking in their femininity, especially when they're in the presence of a man, or let me rephrase, because we accept all sexual preferences here. When they're relaxing in the presence of someone that they really like. However, on the other hand, masculine energy is very heavy and domineering energy. So when someone has not successfully honed in their masculine energy, it can actually be slightly dangerous and toxic. And unfortunately, in this culture, the society that we live in, this day and age, when a man mentions masculinity, they are more leaning more so on um, a very toxic view of it. The I need to take charge. It's perfectly okay if I don't do this. A lot of times men will rely on their masculinity as a means to not be responsible for some of their lack of emotional awareness. Next up, and this is going to seem like a no-brainer, but I still feel the need to mention this, is pay attention to what they say they're looking for. If they have on there that they're only looking for intimacy without commitment or fun and casual dates, it doesn't matter how much you all have in common. These people are telling you that they are not ready. So you need to follow that. It doesn't matter if you all have the same childhood upbringing, you're from the same hometown. You have to stop romanticizing all of the potential within a person and see them for exactly where they're at. When we focus too much on the potential, that's where we end up getting our hearts broken because we weren't paying attention to the fact that they said that they weren't ready. We were just paying attention to the fact that we both shared the same color blue. So, next up is those people that like to use the dating apps when they're in travel mode or they're looking for people that are a long distance from them. Now, I totally get long distance relationships can sometimes work, but the only way that long distance relationships work is if there is a means to end the distance. One of the most common deactivating strategies used by avoidance is to look for someone who does not live in the same city, same state, same country as them. Why? Because then they're allowed to have more control over their independence. Avoidants are usually worried that when they get into these relationships that they're not going to be able to maintain their current state of independence. When they're dealing with someone from a long distance, then they don't have that worry anymore. That's why many times avoidants will actively look for people who do not live in the same city and sometimes even the same state as them. And then my last tip for knowing an avoidant or knowing someone who could potentially be problematic before you swipe right is all in the pictures. So if you notice that in their pictures that they have a ton of people of the opposite sex, or if in their pictures, almost all of them, they're wearing sunglasses. Sunglasses is a major indicator. I'm not talking about one picture with sunglasses. I'm talking about every single picture. There's not one where you can see their eyes. Either they're looking away, they're looking down, they have sunglasses on, or they have a lot of people of the opposite sex in the picture with them. This is someone who is not emotionally intelligent, or this is someone who does not have the wherewithal to know what it takes to actually keep a relationship. You don't want to find yourself in competition with other people because someone that is surrounded by a bunch of people of the opposite sex in a few of their pictures, that's someone who needs outside validation, which means you will be spinning your wheels to keep them satisfied. And then if you have someone who is wearing sunglasses in every picture, to me, that is giving there's something to hide, because those who are emotionally aware, those who are dating with intention, we know eyes are the window of the soul. So if you can't let me see your eyes, what is it in your soul that you're trying to hide? Now, I already know that there are going to be a few people fighting me on these few little tips I drop, but I just want to let you know, if you feel the need to fight me in the comments, then I suggest you, I implore you to take a moment and really stop and think if you truly feel open for a loving, healthy relationship. Because 9 times out of 10, if you find something wrong with this list, then there's something within you that you are avoiding. And I suggest you look into that. Once again, my name is Megan Corinne, coming at you with a very short video for your listening pleasure. And until next time, I will see you later.